What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. Wow, what the fuck?
Shout out to the flight Mike. Stephen Curry won't stop embarrassing him. It's a sad situation, gang.
Weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it, and I'm like, is something wrong with me? After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughters so quickly. Want kids. I didn't want to get married.
Before we dive into today's video, I need you guys to understand something. This isn't just another drama video. What we're about to discuss reveals a pattern that's been building for nearly a decade, and the recent comments from Ayesha have reignited a conversation that the NBA world just can't seem to stop having. At the end of this video, you'll understand why so many people are annoyed and frustrated, and more importantly, you'll see the full picture that most people are missing. So stick around, because this story really has more layers than you think. Before we get to the content, Curry opened up about her marriage to Steph Curry in a way that left a lot of people scratching their heads. She went viral for admitting that marriage and kids were just never part of her original plan. And this is exactly what she said.
I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be career girl, and that's it.
Now, on the surface, that might not seem like a big deal. As you evolve as a person, plenty of people change their mind about what they truly want in life, especially when life throws many different situations and circumstances in front of you. But here's where it gets interesting.
After we got married, we found out we were pregnant with our daughters so quickly. I didn't even have time to think about what I wanted anymore. It's so interesting. I spent my entire life like trying to work towards something, and then it kind of just disappeared, and I didn't think twice.
Social media immediately exploded. Even I thought that these comments were crazy. Can you imagine what her daughter's gonna think when she grows up and actually sees this podcast? Thousands of comments poured in, with people saying that she sounded ungrateful, that she was embarrassing Steph again, and that she should appreciate the incredible life she has. One viral comment read, "She's still married to Steph? It sounds like she's divorced." Even rapper Killer Mike chimed in on Instagram, commenting that Steph doesn't deserve this embarrassment. Now, Steph Curry himself actually responded to Killer Mike, defending his wife and saying, "You're better than that, stay in your lane, and let God keep blessing me like he is. We're good over here." Killer Mike later apologized, admitting that it wasn't my damn business. But here's the thing, and this is what we really need to talk about. This isn't Ayesha Curry's first rodeo when it comes to controversial public comments. In fact, she's been making headlines for questionable remarks about her marriage and her husband for years. And to really understand why people are so frustrated this time around, we need to go back and look at the full story, because this latest incident is just the most recent chapter in a much longer story. Let's rewind to June of 2023. I think this is the last time I made a video on this topic. Ayesha appeared on the daytime talk show The Real as a guest. During the segment, a shirtless waiter walked onto the set to serve drinks to the hosts. The other hosts started laughing and making a scene, as you'd expect on a daytime talk show. But here's what caught everyone's attention. Ayesha jokingly pretended to take off her wedding ring as the man approached. She covered her eyes, laughed along with the co-host, and the whole thing was clearly meant to be a joke. But the joke didn't land the way she probably hoped it would. The clip instantly went viral, and NBA fans absolutely roasted her for it. Comments flooded in saying things like, "She doesn't respect you," and questioning why she would do that on national television when she's married to one of the biggest stars in basketball. Some people defended it as harmless fun, but many others saw it as disrespectful to Steph, especially given that this wasn't her first time making questionable comments about their relationship in public. Now, again, this isn't the only incident, because if it was, maybe people would have brushed it off, but we need to go back even further to 2019, because that's when things really started to get messy. In May of 2019, Ayesha appeared on Jada Pinkett Smith's Facebook show, Red Table Talk. And if you're appearing on this show, man, nothing good can come from it. I mean, this is the show where Jada Pinkett Smith famously said that she had an entanglement with one of her son's friends to her husband, Will Smith.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
They said entanglement.
Yes.
I got me
Yes.
fucked up.
Relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely. I was in a lot of pain.
Aisha
bet
appears
you
alongside Steph's
was,
mom,
bitch.
Sonia Curry. And
You
during
know,
this
back
appearance,
broke
Aisha
down,
opened
bitch.
up about feeling insecure in her marriage. She talked about how women constantly throw themselves at Steph, which makes sense. He's Steph freaking Curry, one of the biggest names in basketball. But then she said something that made jaws drop across the internet. Aisha admitted,
Something that really bothers me and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention.
Is it your
then
whore ass
I begin
up,
to
bitch?
internalize it, and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What? Because I don't want it, but it'd be
Cap.
nice to know that like
Cap.
someone's looking.
and the internet went absolutely nuclear. Memes flooded Twitter within hours. People were saying, wait, you're married to Steph Curry. You have a beautiful family. You're successful in your own right. And you're complaining about not getting attention from other men?
Goofy.
Memes of this are hilarious. I mean, Ayesha Curry walks past a group of guys on the street. Guys, don't catcall. Ayesha...
Is wrong with you?
Ayesha Curry walks past. Nobody. Ayesha, I just want to be noticed. Steph...
She is very gorgeous to me.
Even Steph Curry's mom, Sonia, who was sitting right there during the interview, told Ayesha that her way of thinking could get real dangerous. That's your husband's mother essentially warning you on national television that what you're saying could lead down a bad path. Ayesha later defended herself on Instagram,
She's
saying
a
she was just
hater.
being vulnerable and honest, and that if her comments help another woman feel less alone, then
She's
the
a
backlash was
hater.
worth it. Steph also supported her publicly, writing on Instagram, "Proud of you for being authentic and putting yourself out there, not being afraid of the potential and nonsense that could and did come at you." But here's the thing, a lot of people didn't see it as vulnerability. They saw it as someone who had everything most people dream of, a loving, faithful husband who's
She
one
a
of the
hater.
greatest basketball players ever, financial security, a beautiful family, and she was
If you
publicly
can't
saying she wished
maintain
other
your
men would give her
husband's
attention.
being
That
lit.
didn't sit right with a lot of folks. The thing that started all of this was a hilarious tweet in 2016. I mean, we're going
And you
back
lit
to the
at the
NBA
same time.
Finals
You might not be
when the
lit as him,
Cleveland
but you
Cavaliers
still
were
lit.
facing off against the Golden State Warriors. If
Yeah.
you guys missed our NBA 10 years ago video, I'll leave it in the end screen because it's one of our best videos on this channel that we do each and every year. But during Game 6, the Warriors were up 3-2 in the series. One went away from back-to-back championships, but the game didn't go their way. Steph fouled out in the fourth quarter and was ejected after throwing his mouthpiece into the crowd.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Warriors ended up losing
I bet they sold that shit for
101, forcing a Game 7.
10K.
Right after
That
the game, while
mouthpiece,
emotions
bitch.
were running high, Aisha took to Twitter and posted this.
Trying to clone
"I've
us,
lost
Steph Curry.
all respect. Sorry. This is absolutely rigged for money or ratings. I'm not sure which. I won't be silent.
What's going on
Just
with the
saw it
NBA
live.
now? We
Sorry."
don't know.
Yeah, she essentially accused the entire NBA of rigging the finals
It might
on
be.
Twitter for everyone to see. The tweet went viral instantly, and it put Steph in an incredibly awkward position during one of the most important legacy-defining moments of his career. Here's his wife publicly claiming that
This
the
shit
league
might
plays
be
for the
rigged.
league that has made them both incredibly wealthy and famous
To be honest.
is rigged. Sports analysts had a field day. Some, like Brian Windhorst and Stephen A. Smith, suggested that maybe Steph should take away Ayesha's Twitter access. Ayesha later deleted the tweet and apologized, saying she tweeted in the heat of the moment because the call was uncalled for. She later told People magazine that "I was just a fan in that moment, so I didn't think about the ramifications. I regret the way that I voiced how hurt I was." Steph's response? He joked that he might have to cut off the Wi-Fi at home. Now, here's where we need to be completely fair and provide some context. It's easy to take a look at all these moments and paint Ayesha Curry as a villain who's constantly embarrassing her husband. But the reality is more complicated than that. She's a human being who's been living in the spotlight for over a decade, married to one of the most famous athletes on the planet. Every word she says gets analyzed by millions of people, and that's not easy.
That's
in
a
her
fact.
recent Call Her Daddy interview, when you listen to the full context, she wasn't saying she regrets her life or her family. She was talking about how her identity shifted rapidly from being a career-focused young woman to being a wife and mother before she even had time to process what she wanted. She said she loves being a mom, but also loves doing other
you a
things, and she's
whore.
trying to find that balance. That's actually a pretty relatable struggle for women. Ayesha isn't just any woman trying to balance career and family. She's married to a man who's worth an estimated $240 million, has won 4 NBA championships, is a 2-time MVP, and is widely considered the greatest shooter in basketball history. Steph Curry has achieved things that less than 1% of people will ever achieve. And through that partnership, Ayesha Curry has built an impressive career with an estimated net worth of $50 million. Yeah, that's right. Ayesha Curry isn't necessarily just sitting home waiting for Steph Curry to come home and playing housewife all day. She's launched multiple restaurants, including International Smoke with Chef Michael Mina. She's had her own Food Network shows. She's published multiple best-selling cookbooks. She's launched Sweet July, a lifestyle brand that includes a magazine, cafes, a skincare line, and retail stores. She was named a CoverGirl spokesperson in 2017, becoming the first spokesperson for the brand who wasn't an actress or singer. Together with Steph, she co-founded the Eat, Learn, Play Foundation, which fights childhood hunger and improves education. So when she makes these comments about giving up her career for Steph, a lot of people think, wait a minute, what career did you actually give up? She moved to LA at 18 to pursue acting, landing parts shows like Hannah Montana and small films. She met Steph when she was 14 and he was 15 at a church youth group in Charlotte. They reconnected years later and got married in 2011 when she was 22. So when you take a look at her major career success, the cooking shows, the restaurants, the books, all of it all came after marrying Steph. Not before. In fact, it's fair to argue that being Steph Curry's wife significantly amplified her platform and her opportunities. That's not to diminish her accomplishments. She's clearly talented, hardworking, and has built genuine businesses. But the timing matters. Her fame and her opportunities grew alongside Steph's success with the Warriors. They got married in 2011, the same year that Steph was entering his 3rd NBA season. The Warriors won their first championship in 2015. Ayesha's first cookbook came out in 2016. Her Food Network show premiered in 2016. Sweet July launched in 2020. Do you see the pattern here? This is why so many people get frustrated when she makes these comments. Millions of women around the world actually do sacrifice their careers to support their families. They work jobs they don't love to pay the bills. They put their dreams on hold indefinitely. They don't have the financial security or the platform that Ayesha has. So when someone in her position talks about sacrifice, it comes across as tone deaf, even if that's not the intention. Hell, let's flip the script for a second because there's another side to this conversation. Being married to someone as famous as Steph Curry comes with its own unique challenges. Every move you make gets scrutinized. You can't have a bad day in public. You can't make an offhand comment without it becoming a news story. Your kids grow up in the spotlight. I mean, do you remember 10 years ago when Riley Curly famously went viral during Steph Curry's post-game interviews? I mean, it was the cutest thing we've ever seen.
You know, he plays well, and obviously he did that for his.
I mean, this family is exposed to a level of publicity that people aren't used to, and it can get really difficult to get used to. You have to deal with constant comparisons, constant criticism, constant judgment, and that takes a mental toll. In the recent interview, Ayesha also talked about how Steph doesn't always understand her perspective on criticism and media attention.
He tries to resonate with me, but he just can't. And he also comes from a place of like, it's effing stupid, like it's not true, so why? And I'm like, but wait, like listen to how it makes me feel.
That's actually a pretty common dynamic in relationships. One person is more affected by outside opinions than the other, and sometimes ladies just want men to listen and not necessarily fix the problem. So the question becomes, should we give Ayesha grace for being honest about her feelings, even if those feelings might come across as privilege to people in different circumstances, or should we hold her to a higher standard of awareness about how her words might land, given her platform and her position? Here's my take. Both things can be true. Ayesha can legitimately feel the way she feels about her identity and her career trajectory, and those feelings are valid even if it's very difficult for us to understand them. Mental and emotional struggles don't discriminate based on wealth or status. At the same time, when you have a platform as large as hers and the level of success that came as a result of that platform, there's a responsibility to consider how your your words might be received, especially when you're talking about sacrifices that most people would consider as blessings. The pattern of Ayesha is that she values authenticity and speaking her truth, which is admirable in many ways, but there's a difference between being authentic and lacking self-awareness. The ring incident, the male attention comments, the rigged NBA tweet, and now these recent remarks about giving up her career as an actress. Each individual incident might be defensible in isolation, but when you look at all of them together, it paints a picture of someone who might not fully grasp how fortunate their situation is, or at least struggles to communicate the appreciation publicly. And that's what frustrates people. It's not that Ayesha can't have feelings or struggles, it's that those struggles are happening in the context of a life that billions of people would trade places with in a heartbeat. She's married to a loyal, faithful, incredibly successful man who publicly adores her and their children. She has financial security that most people can't even imagine. She has a platform to build businesses and brands. She has access to opportunities that aren't available to regular people. And yet, the narrative often seems to focus on what she's missing rather than what she has. Compare that to how other NBA wives handle the spotlight. Savannah James, LeBron's wife, has been with him since high school and has largely stayed out of controversy while still building her own brand and charitable
Only when the white girls are touching LeBron
publicly, but doesn't make headlines for questionable comments about their marriage. That's the standard that people compare Ayesha to, fairly or unfairly. Now, it's worth noting that some people defended Ayesha, saying her comments were taken out of context and that she was just sharing her truth. One fan commented, "I feel like this is being taken out of context. She's talking about how she was focused on her career when she was a child/teenager.
Nigga, she already got a career.
After she started to date Steph,
maximized her career.
That's fair. Context matters. But here's the thing. When you built a track record of controversial comments, people are less likely
the president of the United States.
That's just reality. If this was the first time Ayesha had said something that rubbed people the wrong way, it would blow over quickly. But because it's part of a pattern, people are more critical. The broader conversation here is really about gratitude, perspective, and privilege. It's about understanding that having struggles doesn't mean you can't also recognize how blessed you are. Both things can coexist. You can feel unfulfilled in certain areas of your life while also being deeply grateful for what you have. The key is finding that balance and how you communicate those feelings, especially to a public audience. Steph has handled this whole situation with incredible grace, by the way. When Killer Mike made that comment about Ayesha embarrassing him, Steph defended his way publicly. He essentially told people to mind their business.
Cheat on this nigga every day, bitch. Say some crazy comments.
Consistently praised Ayesha over the years, calling her his best friend and celebrating their partnership. Whatever issues they might work through privately, he has her back publicly. That's commendable. At the end of the day, the situation raises important questions about wealth, privilege, perspective, and how we communicate our struggles. Ayesha Curry is not a villain. She's a successful businesswoman, a mother of four, and someone who's trying to navigate life in an extraordinary spotlight. But she's also someone who needs to be more mindful about how her words land in a world where most people are dealing with real, daily struggles without a fraction of the resources or support system that she has. The frustration people feel isn't about denying Ayesha the right to have feelings or struggles. It's about wanting her to recognize out loud and clearly just how fortunate she is before talking about sacrifice. It's about wanting gratitude to be louder than complaints when you're living a life that most people can only dream about. But let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think Ayesha was out of line? I'd like to hear what you have to say. Aside from that,
it makes Stephen Curry get better. Fuck it.
Mike. Until our next up.
So we're gonna look at Ayesha Curry, some of the interview that's been going crazy.
He's one of the first people that I met in the States, but just friends.
Curry.
Obviously, we were 14.
Right.
Went to the same church, shared the same friend groups at church, and then when I moved to LA, he Facebooked me.
Did he write on your wall, or it was like a private message?
No, it was a private message, but he was like, "Hey, do you still live in LA?" That's a lie. The first message was, I was in this music video, and he was like, "Hey, who is that in the music video, in the picture that you're in?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's Young Berg." And he goes, "Oh, I should have known. He always has all the sexy ladies." And I was like, "What is happening now?"
You're like, "Steph, I know you're 14. I was 15. What are you trying to do now?"
At this time now, we're 19.
Okay.
18, 19. And so he goes, "Do you still live in LA? I'm here for a camp. Do you want to hang out?" And I'm like freaking out because this guy, he was like the guy at church. Like all the girls loved him.
I thought you were going to say like in high school, like on the court. You're like, At church, he was the guy.
At church.
Was he the basketball guy in high school or no?
Apparently he was, but I genuinely didn't pay attention to that because I grew up in such an arts-driven family that sports outside of like Doug Flutie playing for the Buffalo Bills like it just wasn't a thing in my house. And so he said, so we made plans to hang out, and then I said, where are you staying? And he said, Anaheim. And I was like, you're
like, so you're coming to me because I'm not.
At this point, I still have the other jobs, like trying to pay the rent. Gas is expensive. So I was like, I'm sorry, I can't this time, but if you're ever back, let me know and we'll go hang out. And he's like, oh, I'm back in 2 weeks. And I'm like, oh my God.
You still in Anaheim?
And so, no, this time he was in Hollywood. So he stuck with it. He hit me up 2 weeks later. We hung out, and we've literally been together since that day.
Okay, hold on. You go and you hang out with him. Mm-hmm. What is your headspace? So are you seeing him in like a could this be something kind of way, or are you like, no?
No, I was, and this was like my first real date. So I was just nervous. I was nervous. It was like years of having a crush, and then years. Like, I just never thought that he would like someone like me. I just didn't think it was going to be a thing. I thought we would be friends. Yeah.
Did you ever have anything in high school at all, or was legit just friends?
No, just friends. Just friends. Yeah.
I get what you're saying of like you never saw him as something, but I'm like, when you look back, is there any memory that you're like, maybe there was something or
no? Never. I had a friend over who had a crush on his brother at the time, and she decided to call him, and they were giggling, and then they put, we're maybe like 15 at this time, and they put Stefan on the phone, and somebody said something about Canada, and so I was like, oh, I'm Canadian, and he's like, oh, do you like Canadian candy? And I'm like, I love Canadian candy. And so my aunt was coming into town from Canada, and so she brought some for me. And so I was like, oh, I'll bring you a bag to church the next time we're at church.
See, it was meant to be.
I bring the bag, and I literally, everybody's watching, I hand it to him, and I don't say anything to him. I just shove it and walk away. Like, that's how shy
Ayesha.
I was.
And did you like him at all? Like, in your heart, you're like, oh, I wish I could. It just wasn't. It was high school.
I thought he was so cute. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so fast forward. You go on this first date.
Yeah.
What are the vibes?
It was one of the best days of my life. Honestly, it was so innocent and young, and
so
I wish I could relive that, or at least watch it from like a bird's eye view. It was so cute. We did Hollywood Boulevard. Put our hands in the Maryland hands, and got chai lattes. We went over to the Grove and walked around, and they were filming some Eddie Murphy movie that I don't think it ever ended up coming out. And just checking cop cars to see if they had donuts. Real young love. I don't know. I remember it like it was yesterday.
I feel like when you have one of those first dates, though, I feel that way about my husband. I always say that to him. I'm like, oh my God, what I would give to relive that night, or at least I say the same thing. Just watch it. I wish I could just, because it's so romantic and cute to know then what comes from that story. Yeah. So that's really cute because it is so innocent. You had no idea what it was going to lead to,
and nobody could predict what the future holds.
Did you guys kiss first date?
No.
Did he try?
No, he tried. So shortly after that, I got a really bad bout of laryngitis.
Stop. This is so random.
And my throat was so swollen. It was and I panicked. And I was like, Mom, Dad, I want to come home. And so I went home, and he was like, I'm home. And so
you're laid up with laryngitis.
I got a little bit better, and then we continued dating from there, obviously. And I want to say it was maybe the fourth date. He came I was mid-sentence, and he came flying at my face, and I I turned to the side. I'm still nervous at this point. Like, it's like butterflies. And he's like, oh. And I just look at him and I'm like, I didn't know that's what we were doing. Like, I didn't know you liked me like that. And he was like, yeah, I've just been coming over to your house for the past 2 weeks to play video games with your brothers. I was like,
you're like, oh,
try again.
One more time. Wait, and so did he try again?
Yes.
Oh, you did. Okay, so you did. Okay, cute. I'm like, this poor man gets rejected.
It was fine. It was like a split second.
But it's cute too, because like in that moment, you're still the girl with the candy, like handing it to him, running away. And meanwhile, he's like, I like you. Can you sit there and like accept it for a second?
Yeah.
That's really, really cute. Okay, so when you're living in LA, you guys reconnect. He didn't live in LA at the time, right?
No.
So this is like a light, long distance situation.
It's a light, long distance. Yeah, he still had a year of college left, so it was pretty long distance.
When you were in that beginning stage, did you have interest in a long distance? Like, how did you think this was even going to work?
Ironically, I don't even think I was thinking of how it could work. We were just going through the motions, really. And it seemed like the people around us, too, like our families, were into it. And so they were like a really good support system through it. I don't know. It sucked now that I'm thinking about it. I remember I drove back to LA after he started his junior year of college, and the season had started for him, but I had to go back for something. I don't remember what it was for. And at the time you could get like his college games on the radio. And so and it was a big game. And so I'm like listening, sobbing, like, I'm not there to support.
You're literally driving home like the classic girl looking out the window, like so sad. You're like, fuck my life. Yeah. Oh my God. But then it obviously ended up working out. Tell me about the moment that he gets drafted to the Golden State Warriors. Because now he's coming full-time West Coast.
I was hating the whole time.
Yeah. So
he had
like a big decision to make because he had a year left. He had a senior year left. So it was like, do I stay? Do I go? And like, I think what a lot of people don't know is he really thought about it. Like, it was like a torment for him. He called me like crying behind a tree. Like, I don't know what to do. And I'll stand like 10 toes down on this. Like, it's not a secret. I was like, stay in school.
Wait, and why? Because then he was going to be far away from you still.
Why? So the why is I didn't grow up surrounded by people who went to college. That for me was like, wow, what a blessing. Like, you get to go to college. You get to have an education. Like, why would you leave? So, and then not coming from that sports background and understanding how like rare the opportunity he had was, I was like, yeah, stay at school.
Really, college is so much cooler than the NBA.
But I'm glad.
Wait.
That was really the sentiment.
Kind of love that for you.
But I'm glad he decided to leave, and then he ended up finishing anyway, and has gone on to do tremendous.
I'm glad he did listen to this bitch. We wouldn't never do Stephen Curry till today.
We never thought would happen.
He probably would have been that nigga.
So he comes to the West Coast, and
if he listens to that,
at this point, when he gets drafted, like, are you guys like official boyfriend girlfriend?
Oh yeah.
Who said I love you first?
Me.
What? Tell me everything.
I 100% said I love you first. I was visiting him at school and getting ready to leave to go back to my mom's house. And I said it. Too.
Stephen Curry cold-blooded.
My shit together.
He didn't say he loved her in the first time.
Okay.
What goes around
rewind
comes around,
bitch.
Yeah.
Married at 22.
Yeah.
How did you know you were ready for that?
I didn't. I just knew that I loved him, and I'd never like experienced anything else. I'd never felt any differently than like, this is who I want to spend the rest of my life with. And so we kind of just dove in. And
did anyone you or Steph or anyone have any hesitations about like, oh, we're getting married in our early 20s, or no?
No. And I say this all the time to our family. I'm like, you guys, like 22. I'm like, you guys. I'm like, not a single parent. Nobody was like, hey guys, Are you sure? Everybody was like, no, this is what's happening, and we love you, and it's going to be great. It's just like, wow. Totally. Like, when I really look at it.
Well, and again, because there are so many people that may watch this that are like, oh, 22 for them, whether it's because, like, they watched their parents get married young or whatever, it was normal. But you, in the beginning of this interview, started by being like, girl, I didn't even think I wanted to get married.
Yes, exactly.
So it is a big deal that at 22, it was...
It's a mixture of that and a mixture of,
so she
like, there are levels to 22. Like, there's different styles of 22-year-olds. But I was, like, the naive, like, very young, because parts of it have afforded me doors to be open. I obviously have to walk through them and then put in the work to stay in the room. But that, I think, would be the elephant in the room, is, like, I'm grateful for that side of things. But on the flip side, I in the beginning hated it so much. I, like, did not sign up for that. I also always thought, like, I didn't know that he was going to end up playing basketball. Like, he said he wanted to be a high school basketball coach. Like, I thought I was going to be, like, the girl out there getting it. So I didn't know. And so it just, like, it was weird. And sports fans are so different than, like, maybe entertainment world fans. And oftentimes it's, like, very ruthless. And so I think I wasn't expecting that either. I remember, like, one time right after my first was born, she was whiny, so I was like, let me just nurse her in the backseat. And Stefan was putting a bike or something in the trunk. And this woman, like, opens the car door, and she sticks her head in, and she's like, I just wanted to see the baby. And I'm like, oh, excuse me. And she looks me dead in my face and goes, oh, honey, you know what you signed up for. And then, like, shuts the door on me. And I was just crying because I was, like, postpartum. I was just bawling my eyes out. And I'm like, what? Like, is this what it's going to be like? Wow.
She ain't from the hood,
so
gang.
The beginning phases were kind of scary for me.
And as a woman, like, did you ever experience any type of, like, direct scrutiny over just, like, you or what you looked like or how you were acting?
Crazy.
Oh, all the time. I feel like I still do. And that's okay. But
how did that impact you early on when you were like, I'm still not equipped to handle this? Because now you're, like, seasoned. Yes, it affects you, but you now have the tools of, like, I've been here before. I know exactly how to handle this moment. Doesn't mean it doesn't still hurt.
It was so depressing. And also, it was during that time when this, like, social media thing was just ramping up. And so people were going buck wild. And just spewing opinions on things that weren't opinions. So I think for a while, I was very critical of myself because of the things that I was seeing.
What the hell?
It's so hard also to
I swear,
be the woman in a situation where you're like, men just don't get as much scrutiny. Like, they can maybe tell him, like, your fucking shots suck tonight. But, like, the looks and all of that is just, like, not a factor of conversation as much.
No.
Shit.
Did you talk to Steph about it? Like, or did you kind of keep it within yourself so it didn't...
I do not have a bone in my body that can keep anything to myself. So if it comes to mind, it's coming out. And he's so gracious. Like, he tries to resonate with me.
But when you be on bozo shit, like, bruh.
And he also comes from a place of, like,
we understand you got kids.
It's stupid. Like, it's not true. So why? And I'm like, but wait, like,
fucking
listen to how it makes me feel.
Mine's fucked
like,
up already.
It doesn't make you feel like that. It's not real.
I mean, that's so men where you're like, no, wait, but I want to talk about it for 4 more hours. Yeah. You just sit down and they're like, do you want me to solve it for you? Yeah. It's not real. We both know it's not real, blah, blah.
He's like, go to bed.
Go to sleep. You're like in the bathroom brushing your teeth. You're like, another thing. You like pop out. He's like,
quite literally.
Can you share, like, something that was said about you in the early days to just, like, paint the picture so no one knows?
On the spot. Okay, this one's kind of funny.
Remember the internet is not your friend.
This one's kind of funny because at a certain point, like, I do have a round face.
my God.
So, like, at a certain point, this was true because I was a little weightier. But there was this thing going around that said there's two things. It was like that I look like SpongeBob's mom. Just look it up after.
Okay.
Low key.
I felt that way. So then seeing it, I was like, damn.
You look like SpongeBob. Mom is insane. That's funny.
I think because he's like known for shooting threes, people will say something all the time like, "Oh, he shoots threes on and off the court," and I'm like, "Come on."
Well, first of all,
he do
3 plus like a million. Like
That's
you were like
hating.
so fucking stunning and gorgeous.
Very
Like
sweet.
I don't need to say that to you, but I have to say it because it's also like the people that are writing it are probably threes, but not you. But also, I feel like it's funny to see any athlete's wife. Everyone just first goes for their looks and they compare.
It's so
It's
strange.
Y'all see the resemblance?
It's so
crazy.
strange.
That online conversation is so tired.
Yeah, she look like that
Immediately
bitch.
just judging a wife of
get
like
that
a
white
man
bitch
that
out
is
the paint.
well known and famous. Doesn't even have to be sports. It can be entertainment,
Shut your
actors,
ass
whatever
up,
it be.
ho.
It's always at the looks, and it's like, aren't we tired?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I've also gotten the like.
Yeah, she do look
and
like
I've gotten
her.
this in person a lot. Is the
She
like,
do look
the
like
stigma
her. SpongeBob mom.
being
That's
a wife of somebody that plays
crazy.
professional sports or girlfriend, whatever. Oh, how does it feel to be said person's wife and also work? And I'm like, what? So I think there's a stigma out there that people don't do. These women aren't doing anything. That's not
They're
true.
not.
There's so many women
Not
doing
you.
incredible things.
I don't think you put like 100%.
A lot
a
just
bitch who
they
not
do
like
it under the radar, which
under
is
the
great.
success you doing,
Like,
but
No,
I feel like
it's
you
so
doing
misogynistic. It's like
so crazy.
Well, your husband
'Cause
makes
you
so much
making
fucking
on
money.
work
Like, why
for
would you
you.
ever
You
want
know
to
what
work?
I'm
And it's
saying?
like,
All you
God
gotta do is
forbid,
shut the
I
money
also
on, and the
have
money on gonna
individual
work for you.
interests and needs and wants and goals in my fucking
it's
life.
Crazy.
It's all projection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait. I want to play a game then between you and Steph of who is more likely to. Okay. Who is more likely to take a work call during date night?
Stefan.
Do you guys have boundaries of like, no, we're done with work, food?
I do. Where's the game?
You're like, do not disturb, motherfucker. Okay, who is more likely to call a family meeting?
Me.
What was the topic of the most
sure.
recent, like, Curry family meeting?
These days, and I'm sorry, you guys. Is this the camera I look at?
Yep.
I'm sorry, you guys. It's just true. These days, it's calling meetings about our parents to discuss our parents.
When you become an adult and then you realize, like, oh, my parents, how did I get through an airport when I was younger? Like, how did you get me through to Terminal B? Like, you start to look at your parents, like, I love you more than life, but like, hello?
What is going on?
Who is more likely to splurge on a big purchase?
Me. That is not even a conversation.
Well, good for
He's
you.
gonna be so proud of me for being honest too.
He's gonna be watching this like, yes, babe, thank you for taking accountability. What
She
is like one
watching
of
his
your
ass on shit.
splurges that you're like, I'm really actually proud of that one?
Actually, my ring. So I reset my ring.
I've been staring at it. So that's a good answer.
But I feel like I'll have it forever.
Let's talk about your business now, because I really wanted to get to individually driven at a young age.
I don't give a fuck about that.
You were kind of alluding to when
I
you were
see why she
saying
be
that,
hating
you know,
us.
people were looking to see if you actually had talent outside of maybe what people were
Bitch, how you and
expecting
Steph
you to
doing,
be
huh?
known for. And kind of what we were talking about with the money thing earlier, it's like, yes, I think there's a lot of people that would be like, you're Steph Curry's wife. Like, go sit in the stands and like he makes so much money, just be happy. And so there's the one, why are you working question, and then there's the two now that you're bringing up of like people maybe assuming, oh, is she getting what she's getting just because she is this guy's wife? How does that make you feel when you hear those comments?
It feels crazy. And actually what you just said, like I recall like sitting there, you said in the stands, a reporter actually literally said on live television she needs to sit there and look pretty like other people. I think people just don't realize that there is a life outside of where we are now in our adulthood. I think people can't see past like the surface one sheet.
Yep.
Oh, we can.
Or you know what? They don't want to.
They don't want
we
to.
can.
They don't want to.
Which sucks.
It sucks so bad. But I'm gonna keep trying.
Yeah. We're gonna keep going.
So you don't keep on trying to be a whore in front of everybody.
Women are just gonna keep on coming, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, here they come again." Throughout your career,
I'm sorry. That's crazy.
Well, we may also come again. Hopefully, if you can make us. If not, we'll do it ourselves. Okay, here we go.
That's a fact.
Talking about these industries that you were trying to break into, having people look at you, being like, "We haven't seen someone like you do it before," or also you being too young. All these things. A lot of these industries that you were trying to break into were heavily male dominated.
Very male dominated.
Also probably controlled by white men.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how did you get the confidence in moments to advocate for yourself?
I didn't at the time. I didn't have that.
I don't give a fuck about this shit. And
I think I can speak on both of our behalves when I say I think we would want them to see all of the successes and failures, triumphs, tribulations.
But y'all see how Clay and Megan Thee Stallion doing? But I mean, they didn't meet up to no young age. They both got pulled out. But you get what I'm saying?
And then two, see that we were better in all of it, regardless of which one of us it was.
I don't know.
Doing it
That's
together.
the thing about marrying somebody at a young age.
Your personal
and
legacy
somebody
is.
I get.
So I'm big on like impact over legacy. And so I think, like at the end of the day, I guess it doesn't matter what anybody has to think or say. Like, what did I do while I was here? And so as long as what I've done and what I've offered to the world or things that I've tried to change have been impactful, then
I ain't mad at her.
For me. And as long as my kids are nice
it's your
people,
body, bitch. Do whatever
when
you
they
want to do with it. Stephen Curry like it, fuck it.
For a living when they get older,
if Stephen Curry
what
fuck
path
with it,
they choose to
what
take.
can we say?
If they're
you know
nice,
I can't
people
get mad.
Care about their neighbor. I will feel like I've done a great job.
I am so happy I got to sit down with you because you have such a warm, kind energy.
Thank you.
To get to know you as a woman sitting here today, also getting to know you more as an individual, hearing about your businesses, hearing about you as a mother, hearing about you just as Ayesha, not the mother, but the business entrepreneur, someone who took something that she was passionate about and turned it into this like incredible empire that
even on the whole step of the way,
like, girl,
she was trying to tell Stephen Curry, don't do it.
Look at your life.
Become a coach.
It's incredible what you've built for yourself.
Don't be the nigga you want to be.
Thank you for just like taking the time. That wasn't that scary, right?
You mad because I became what I want to be, not what you want to be. I'm gonna be at first.
No, you're amazing. Thank you so much for coming on Call Her Daddy.
You want to be a bum ass nigga.
I had so much fun.
Not saying that you're a coach, you're a bum ass nigga, but you know what I'm saying?
What's up? It's your boy. Can't tell you two shit. Hey man, say man, we are lit. Let the team turn. Change the motherfucking day. Showing outside, big crip in the gang. Showing outside shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, Russia, deal thing, and Texas stand the fuck up. Each day is a new day. Be a better version of yourself. Never let somebody bring that. I'll start back. Never let somebody tell you who you are. Also, never put yourself in a position you don't belong. Let's stay humble. Let's go revolution on the movie. Keep your way first. Coming to the Black Kid Original, like as a real Jew. We out here. Alright. Boom. Today, motherfucking day, shooting outside. Big crip in it. Gang shooting outside shit, man. Gang. Go to the shop. Bruh. Your boy been waiting. You know what I'm saying? To speak this shit, man. That's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Bruh. I hope y'all been enjoying these videos, man. We got, Stephen Curry, man. Bruh, relationships, man. You know, this is this disclaimer, man. That Stephen Curry had been with this bitch for like, since they were little kids, basically. You know what I'm saying? And like, at the end of the day, man, where it floats his boat is what floats his boat. You know what I'm saying? If he like Ayesha carrying, talking crazy mad shit about how she want to fuck other niggas and all this shit and goofy shit, and Stephen Curry likes it, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I mean, wherever wherever floats Stephen Curry boat is what floats his boat. If he like what Ayesha Curry is doing, that's him. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they have a right to express their feelings for their relationship, and we have our opinion, but at the end of the day, shit, our opinions ain't gonna mean shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody have their own relationship. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have their own type of how they feel about their relationship, and you know, we're just on the outside looking in. We don't really know the whole. You know what I feel me? Alright, we're back. So, like I said, to me, and it's just me, and it's my God's honest opinion, I feel like she's shallow. I feel like she's a shallow individual. Because it's like, damn, okay, you've been knowing Stephen Curry for how many years? 10 years. You got married at a young age. Okay, even if you didn't expect Curry to be this mega superstar that he really is, why will you be feeling some type of way of like, okay, I really don't like that nigga success or the people or the attention that he get. I feel like that success should be mine and the attention. Like, damn, you can't be grateful for what you got. Like, you successful. You got money on. You got successful deals. You got successful this and that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. They want us niggas to be bum-ass, broke-ass, dusty-ass niggas while they live the best life, doing whatever they want to do, and they stepping on our backs. It makes no goddamn sense to me. That's why us as men got to value ourselves more. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Stephen Curry might like this. You know what I'm saying? It might turn him on. You feel me? So it might help him perform better. I don't know. We don't. Who knows why Ayesha Curry goes online and go crazy and say that, you know what I'm saying, that she wish she had other male attention. Who knows? But at the end of the day, man, wherever floats they boat, that's their relationship, you know what I'm saying? I pray they have a good relationship, a good, healthy marriage, and they continue to, you know what I'm saying? If they want to have an open marriage like Will Smith, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? That's their marriage. But I pray they continue to stick together if it's meant for them. And like I said, every marriage is not meant to last. So, you know, you gotta appreciate what you got. But at the end of the day, man, shout out to both of them. And we have the bitch hood and outside. Big Crip in the gang, outside shit, man.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. Even though this is instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.